Okay, so I talked about this sewing machine earlier, and I discussed some of the issues that I was having with it. One of the issues, I left this thread like this, okay? One of the issues I was having is when you go to back stitch. I'm going to complete a stitch so I can pull this out, maybe. See, it's all bound up, knotted up. So, essentially, now, I'm going to pull this some slack. And so now, right now I've got the tension turned way up. That was the only way it was sewing. You saw how hard I was pulling that in order to get some thread out, okay? Have everything threaded correctly according to everything that I've seen. Again, this machine does not come with instructions, okay? Does not. It comes with a little old piece of paper with part numbers and a parts diagram, all right? It did not come assembled, which it states anywhere that I've seen that it would that they were you could order them from. It states not assembled. I'm fine with that. That's fine. I read the part that everybody's saying there's no instructions. I get that. That's fine. I can put it together. I did. I only had to remove one piece from the back of the table and mount it to the bottom underneath the legs, which is for the gas pedal, or the just for the pedal. All right. Comes with this little light right here. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it comes with this light, which is going to come in handy in a minute when I show you inside here. So your thread take-up lever is right here. It goes up and down. Okay, that piece, which I'm going to attempt to show you inside here. So that piece back in there, okay, right in there is where I welded that joker back on, and you're going to see it move. See it right there, okay? That piece is really smooth right now, but when I got it, okay, it was broke off right there. What's that donut looking thing? It was broke off right there. So I fixed that, all right? Fixed that, and had to take all of this stuff out in order to do that. Fixed it, and then I was having issues right here, which I spoke in another video. I'm not going to take it apart. I don't think. I will take it apart so I can show you. Give me just a second, and I will show you that. I'm not going to take this off in case the motor does decide to work and I can finish some products. It wouldn't matter because I really don't think I've messed with it enough, and I'm just done with it, to be honest. So you can take out these two little screws, and you don't have to take that out to take the bobbin nest, or the bobbin case obviously will come out either way. So you got the bobbin case. That was another thing. Timing was off so bad that the top of the bobbin case right here, there's supposed to be a piece of metal there, which is no longer there. Again, none of this stuff right here that I'm showing you has anything to do with the motor. It just happened to be bad luck that I'm dealing with this issue and that issue, or the fact that maybe all of it is just not very good quality. So, I mentioned in a previous video I mentioned that piece. So that little lug right there, that sits inside. I'm going to turn this with my hand. Okay. That sits inside this notch. When this notch is up here, this piece does not move. Okay. That does not move. It stays stationary. So when the thread comes around after you've made a hook, the thread will go against the edge of this while this is up top, okay? And while this piece, the lug of it is in this notch right here, okay? There has to be enough space between there and here in this piece that mounts here. There has to be enough space so that when the thread comes around, it goes through that, through the notch, and around it, okay? Or it can't make a full loop if you don't. That's why this is so smooth. That's why this is designed the way it is. It's designed for your thread to roll through it. Okay? We're going to put this back up here where it goes. And after the video, I will screw it back down. Okay? Because it takes two hands, and you're kind of in my way. All right. The next thing. This machine, okay, I have all sorts of thread over here. You can see that. This machine is a cylinder arm machine. It is supposed to be a clone of a fy335. This is a fy335a. I'm making this video because I could not find any videos on the Yamata 335. So I kind of had to go off the FOF and the other similar machines. There's several 335 machines out there that claim to be clones. Whether they are or not, I was actually told I had to call a real sewing machine mechanic about this machine so that I could figure this out. I didn't just come up with all this all by my lonesome, okay? I'm not a genius, but he is very good. He is actually out of Sherwood, Arkansas, and he told me, he got me close enough that I could tune it in to where it needed to be. Things that, if you're going to buy one of these machines, I highly recommend that you do not. It says that it'll go up to 207 thread. If you buy it, I would intend on using 138 thread or less. This thread right here is 138. Okay, I don't know if you can see that or not. But it is 138 thread. So, if you're going to use over 138 thread, I would not use this machine. One of the other issues, before I get to that, this piece it would be a decent binding machine. I bought it to sew leather and to do bindings with. I did not buy the binding attachment because it did not come with the machine. I was going to have to order it from somewhere else, and I wanted to see how this panned out. I'm glad I did not order it because this machine is going back 100%. I'm going to take it apart. I'm going to box it back up the way it came to me and ship it back out, other than the fact that it's in better condition than when I got it because the take-up lever is not broken now. If you were to buy this machine, keep in mind this piece right here articulates back and forth, okay? Watch. So the other issue I had with this machine is if I was going to continue to use this machine, I was going to have to probably cut these out or cut these off, okay? And I actually was going to take it off and look under it, which I'll do right now. It appears that they may be screwed down into this plate. This plate appears to be aluminum. That I am not positive on, but I'm about 100% sure. It feels like aluminum, looks like aluminum, probably is aluminum. So I was going to have to take these off. You don't have a lot of space there. if you're trying to sew bags and stuff like that, it would be a decent machine, as long as you are not trying to feed something through the throat of this machine. Okay, you have all this stuff in the way. This is removable for sure. This piece you can actually pick up and swing out, which is what I've been doing. That is not good, and I say that's what I've been doing for the one little project that I started on with this. It's not good. You get trash and fibers, especially off leather, off the flesh side of the leather. You get fibers down in here, and you do not want that. You have to clean that stuff out. So if you're going to buy something, a similar machine to this, make sure you know what you're buying. Make sure you know what you're doing. These pieces going to get in the way, more than likely. You're not going to sew anything. It says that it will sew up to 1 7/8, maybe. Okay, maybe. If not 1 7/8, what am I talking about? 7/16. It says it'll sew up to 7/16 of an inch thick. Now, that is all the way up. That is about 7/16. If you put a reducer on this machine, which I cannot speak from experience, because I was going to add that to the machine and do it myself. Okay, but since I'm sending it back, I'm not going to do that now, so we'll never know. At least not on this machine, we won't. Kind of an idea of the setup. So you have this is your belt, and it runs down to a pulley that is right there. It does have a servo motor, which does not work for some reason. But I hope that I have just had a terrible experience with Yamata. But this is not the machine that I thought I was getting. This is not the machine that I thought I was going to be able to use like I want to. So, back stitching on this machine, okay, this is the top. That's the top of the back stitch, top of the back stitch, top of the back stitch. Here's the back of the back stitch. You see these knots and stuff? This isn't necessarily connected and tied in like it should be, okay? You see this section right here, the knot of the thread is halfway between this side and the other side, which is pretty much where you want it. Okay, so I've got that dialed in, but the back stitch doesn't always go in the same holes, and sometimes it binds up. If you have the timing right for going forward, the timing might not be right for going in reverse. Depends on how the machine feels. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is.